Congratulations, these two lovebirds, the new Mr. and Mrs. Landry. We're so happy for you. Allow me to introduce myself for anyone that doesn't know from Attleboro. I'm lucky enough to be Tim's best man and also his best brother. This lovely lady standing next to me is my wife, Jillian. And she was lucky enough to be selected as Michaela's maid of honor. And we're teaming up tonight to try to at least come close to a typical Mark Landry speech and see if we can get a chuckle or a tear out of you. Yeah, I know what you're thinking right now. How on earth did Mike and Tim convince these two stunningly beautiful ladies to marry them? Well, it wasn't easy, and as with every success, there's a great story of trial and tribulations that precedes it. And we feel honored and obliged to share the story of how we all came to be under this same tent on such an amazing night as tonight. So without further ado, I'll turn you over to Jillian, and she's going to set the stage for us after she gets a quick little shot of that. There you go.
That's the best painkiller I've ever had, Mark. Good evening, everyone. I would like to acknowledge a really fantastic rehearsal dinner last night that Mark and Larry put on, so thank you so much to Mark and Larry. I'd also like to take the time to acknowledge their 33rd wedding anniversary last week. We love you guys. I'd also like to take a second to thank Mark and Erin Souza for such an amazing day today. We've been incredibly fortunate to get to know Michaela over the years, and we thank you for sharing her with us. I'd also like to congratulate Erin and Mark on their 34th wedding anniversary next week. Both Tim and Michaela have been so lucky to witness such long, successful marriages, and it's such an inspirational and positive message to send them off with. Okay. So, congratulations, guys. I love you both very much, and I'm very honored and happy to be standing here. You could definitely say I've had a front row seat to your relationship from the very, very, very beginning, Tim, till today. See, many of you may not know this, but I actually dated Michaela before Tim did. I literally did. I dated Michaela before Tim, and I'm really proud to tell you that I met her on Match.com. And our relationship is the exact reason why we're all sitting here under this tent tonight. About 4 years ago, short version, Tim came to me and expressed some interest in finding a nice lady. He was really sick of the bar scene and all it had to offer. And I encouraged him to try the online dating option. It seemed to be pretty popular with some friends. He gave a go at it. He reluctantly agreed, and within a short few weeks was the beginning of my relationship with Michaela from Attleboro. Michaela and I exchanged some beautiful dialogue under Tim's Match.com profile about my favorite hobbies. Michaela's just admitting she knew nothing about this right now. Only I wasn't talking about my personal hobbies. I was talking about loving golf and being a Pats fan. After I felt confident that I hooked Michaela with some concrete information about Tim Landry, I released him into the online dating world to seal the deal with Michaela from Attleboro. It wasn't a week into it, Tim came back to me and said, "Jill, she hasn't replied." He was totally bummed out and didn't know what happened. I quickly logged on, read the last message he sent. It said something about likes to drink beers and go to the bars a lot. I rolled my eyes, quickly sent a message to her, making up for it, expressing my love for hanging out with the family, and talked a little bit about Marley, the family dog, and sure enough, the first date was planned within days. I remember the first date very, very clearly. I sent Tim off with directions to the place that I went on Google Maps and found that would conveniently make it easy for Michaela to get to. And I remember him coming home. He had a huge smile on his face. He said, I remember these exact words, "I really like her. She's beautiful, and we had a lot of fun." Do you remember how excited he was, Mike?
Oh, of course I do. I can never forget that. And his excitement really only grew from there. Being his big brother, I kind of know when he's excited about something, and this was like, late night Taco Bell with Clarky type of excitement. Which is one of the highest achievable levels. But what Jill and I want to know, and what we want everyone to understand, is that at this time Tim was between living arrangements, as he called it. Now, don't be fooled by this. This is really just a fancy phrase for Tim's creative balancing act between myself and Jillian's house, and of course Mark and Lori's house.
Somewhere to sleep.
Well, the thing is, he was good enough at it to, he'd only stay in one location just long enough to not warrant any type of financial agreement. So it really worked out well. It was really pretty impressive. I didn't mind though. He kept Jill company while I was away at work, and nothing ever went bad in the fridge, and he made sure my truck never died from a lack of use. We had that. Meanwhile, Tim and Michaela's relationship continued to grow, but since Michaela was also in a similar type of parental roommate scenario, their private time became restricted to just that. Mom, Dad, Tim and Michaela, Marley and Brinley, all under one roof. I guess hanging out with your girlfriend at your parents' house eventually loses its bliss, and they had no other choice but to take the path of least resistance, which was Mike and Jill's house. And so it began. Slowly but surely, they would spend more and more time at our place, totally smitten with each other. I would pull into the driveway, and there would be Michaela's car neatly situated next to Tim's, in the prime parking spots of our driveway. Bothersome a little, but that emotion was quickly erased because once inside, seeing them all snuggled up on my couch in the best seat, it quickly erased it. It made it all worth it. And then there's Tim and Michaela's infamous hot and steamies. No, hold on. A hot and steamy is not what you're thinking. That's for later tonight for them. I'm referring to the morning routine of a 45-minute shower that leaves the bathroom and surrounding rooms looking like a rainforest. But hey, listen, New England has some cold winters, and there's nothing like a hot cup of coffee that won't fix. Until, of course, you watch your last K-Cup walk out the door with your brother's girlfriend as they scurry off to work. No worries, though, Michaela. I knew something would eventually give, and eventually it did. Michaela took a new job north of the city and decided it was time to make the move. I remember the big announcement like it was yesterday. She was going to move from Attleboro to Marshfield to have a shorter commute to work. Wait a second. Just like you're all doing right now, Attleboro's over here, Marshfield's down here, and north of Boston is up here. And if you know the traffic scenarios in the area, you'll know that that doesn't make any sense. Yes, you did carpool, Michaela. I do remember. Here we go. Yeah, this in no way would reduce any driving time. Why would she do this? I was just about to intervene with a map and explain it to her, and then it hit me. Michaela, you stole my parking spots, you stole my seat on the couch, and you even stole my K-Cups. And now you're about to come to Marshfield to steal my brother. And I wasn't going to say shit about the map. So there you have it. The rest is history in a typical Landry family love story. One where you move your fiance into your parents' basement. You must include a brand new puppy. Don't forget the puppy. And leave her to fend for yourself while you head up to the Gulf of Mexico for 3 weeks. Yeah, me and Jill know this story all too well, and we're honored to see you follow in our footsteps. And we hope that someday we can say the same thing for Megan and her boyfriend. Of course, if that's okay with you, Mark.
God is excluded.
All right, let me turn it back over to Jill here for a minute. She's going to do the tearjerker part. We'll see how it goes.
Very good, Mike. Nice job. So, Tim, sorry, we had to obviously bust your chops a little bit after the speech you gave at my wedding. Remember? But basically, I say this because that's exactly what I love about you most. You make people smile. You have such a warmth about you, and your personality and charm is so admirable. I want to personally congratulate you. I know how much today means to you. You married your very best friend. I can say that I know Tim pretty well. I've had, as Mike mentioned, the personal privilege of living with him. I've also had the personal privilege of sweeping up his toenail trimmings piles and listening to his endless gastrointestinal issues. That being said, I wasn't really in the market for another brother, but what I loved about you is that our relationship sort of happened naturally. I never felt forced or faked to hang out with you. We really did kind of click into this really awesome brother-sister dynamic and became good friends. It's easy to be with you, and you entertain and you make people laugh. I do recall being somewhat surprised by your sweet side. You're this big athletic, sports, fanatic, beer-drinking guy, and you don't anticipate the sweet side, which is what I love most about you. For example, Tim's tagline on his Match.com profile was, "I love my mom." Anyway, Tim, you really are. It really was. It was, "I love my mom." I got her, Erin. Anyway, Tim, you really are the best of both worlds. You make people laugh. You're incredibly fun to be around. And Michaela is very, very, very lucky to have you. I love you very much. Michaela. You look absolutely stunning, and I'm so honored to be standing up here. I love you very, very, very much. Sorry, last page. You've become such a special person to me, and I want you to know how incredibly thankful I am for our friendship. You have such a huge heart, and you truly amaze me with your thoughtfulness and kindness. You're the friend that can have some drinks and bust out some ridiculous dance moves and then cuddle up under some blankets and watch a movie. You've also proven yourself as a true friend. You will cry real tears for people that are hurting and be the first to express happiness for all the good. You are truly the best friend that everyone deserves. I'd like to take credit for finding you, but Tim really did. He picked you, I promise. Call it fate or meant to be, but you're absolutely perfect for him, for me, Megan, and the entire Landry family. I'm crazy excited for what's next for both of you, and as always, Mike and I will be here for you for anything that you may need along the road. Enjoy each and every moment as a married couple, and remember that love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking outward in the same direction. And lastly, if I have any advice for the both of you, it would be at some point tonight to take a few minutes and stand solo in the distance. Soak in the smiles, the laughter, and all that you hear, and feel it. You are surrounded by every single friend and family member who love and support you in this one tent. Enjoy every single moment. Congratulations to you both. I love you.